Explosion! That's what's literally incoming, guys. The exact timeline of things that I think will happen in the near term, and all the stars are aligning beautifully. Okay, so this is honestly like earth shattering to see, guys, because like this has to be timed, right, with the current dump that's taking place with cryptocurrencies. Let me expose the full-blown timeline here on what's truly happening. The proof is in the damn pudding, if you ask me. From Watch Guru, Justin, $11 trillion Vanguard to allow clients to buy crypto ETFs starting tomorrow. What? I thought all this was gonna happen in 2026. No, right? They're front running 2026, guys, which they just wanted out in the open now. They just want, the entire financial system, traditional finance, to invest into DeFi, right? We're talking about $11 trillion Vanguard. We know what happened with BlackRock. Now it makes sense on why they're dumping Bitcoin and cryptos. Look at all these look at the amount dumped here, guys. Okay, of Bitcoin, thousands upon thousands. Now we understand, right? This was truly a coordinated dump. They even went after longs. You know why? $800 million worth of longs liquidated in the past 24 hours, because of the fact they're going to reverse this thing higher soon to come. Not yet. Let me tell you guys why this is fantastic. Okay, in the medium to long term. In the extremely short term, like in a day or two, I think that's a bad thing. Okay, that they're launching this because they want the asset cheap. You know what that means? What does that mean, XRVOD? Well, they're gonna dump it even harder. The last time ETFs were launched, I think from BlackRock, was right here. Bitcoin dumped 20% from the launch date to the bottom date before it reversed crazy. We're talking about 20% dump. Where should we take it from right now? Let's say we take it from 93K, right? The peak of the height, the peak of this short-term top. A 20% dump takes us literally to 74K, David Short's target. That's actually ridiculous. That's a liquidity grab of this as well, right? So imagine it goes like this, guys. Okay, and so yeah, so now it's understood on why they're dumping these crypto prices, right? Because they want it cheap, as cheap as possible. If Bitcoin were to dump to 74K, how low will XRP dump, guys? Right, a 20% dump takes XRP to like $1.80, right? But if XRP went a little bit more heavy to the downside, it's going to be like $1.60-ish cents. I found something very strange with XRP, if you guys haven't realized, and I'm pretty sure not one singular person is talking about this chart of XRP. I don't know if I should talk about it right now, but I guess I should, because it beautifully ties in on what's upcoming, guys. Check this out. This is XRP versus Ethereum, right? Do you guys see the structure here? It just keeps pumping, consolidating. What is this, right? They're not trying to break the structure. Why? That's so odd, isn't it? XRP should literally be dying right now. It's not. It's actually holding amazingly well against Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Look at this. That's actually crazy. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there, guys, on how strong XRP is during this dump, because this has never happened before. It's actually mind-bending. Like, how is that even possible? I don't know. So does that mean that there's going to be a bigger flush incoming, like a flash crash type stuff, type of movement? Possibly. We are making crypto easy peasy than ever before with a newly expanded token lineup in Franklin Crypto Index ETF. Bitcoin, Cardano, Chainlink, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Solana, Stellar Lumens, and XRP, all in one basket. So now it's understandable on why they're dumping the prices. So you could sell and they buy, and soon to come, maybe later this week, toward next week, the bottom will be set. They're going to crazy. They're going to make these crypto prices rise like insanely hard, guys. Okay, so it's going to be a ridiculous time, to say the least. 750 million USDC minted in the past 1 hour. They're getting ready to buy the dip or to crash. You should probably be doing it too. Here comes Benjamin Cohen. He says the truth. In July 2024, the Federal Reserve cut rates while Bank of Japan raised rates, leading to the unwind of the carry trade. So here are the different dynamics. Back here, the Fed cut rates, okay, right here. But Bank of Japan raised rates, okay, which led to the unwinding of the carry trade. Bitcoin capitulated into it and found a low 1 week later, okay. And then good chance this happens again on December 10th. Fed cuts, Bank of Japan raises rates, so maybe Bitcoin finds a low mid-December. That's crazy to think about, huh? So are we just gonna, yeah, it makes sense to me, guys. I don't know, I have this like very strange and like it's a deep feeling. You know why? I don't even think we have crashed yet. Because of this chart. I'm not kidding. I actually called this chart, this is Bitcoin dominance, I said we're bottoming out right there, I believe. Right? So around this area, we said this thing is bottoming out. Look where it's at. I think this thing is going to explode higher. Like that. Like hard. Right? Pump, I mean. Like it's going to pump crazy, guys, in the coming maybe week or so. Right? Usually when this thing pumps, it has correlated with a dump for everything, especially hitting altcoins as hard as possible, right? Obviously, if this thing pumps, it just means Bitcoin is like having a lot of strength against altcoins, right? So again, this is the missing piece. I just want this thing to rip up towards the upside, guys. When that's said and done, the bottom will probably be set, and then they're going to reverse it crazy, right? Because it says it right here, the Fed cut rates back here. Bank of Japan, and there's issues happening over there in Japan, they raise rates. It's like a simulation, right? The past event happening right now, right? And then Bitcoin bottomed, but first Bitcoin died, right? Then it reversed, it literally reversed out of there. So that's what might happen, guys. Another thing that's super bullish is breaking. After 3 years, the Federal Reserve will finally end QT today, right? Now this is okay, so I think in 2026, there's a lot of indicators pointing to bearishness for Bitcoin and these altcoins, okay? But the indicators will not matter if we have QE. Why? Because liquidity is all that matters for the markets. The amount that's being poured into the markets. This will be the narrative that will drive prices, cryptos to unimaginable heights in the year 2026. It will be QE. Okay? I could assure you alt season will be happening in the year 2026. And when I say alt season, I don't mean this like small alt season. No. I'm talking about coins 50xing, 100xing, 1000xing. I'm not kidding. Trust me. You don't even have to trust me, right? We have gotten a bunch of calls correct thus far. How do we even call that black swan event? We called it. I'm gonna try my best to call the next white swan event. And I think it's gonna happen in the coming weeks. Japan has said it will implement a flat tax, a 20% tax on cryptocurrency gains. It was, I think, 55% before. So yeah, the world is healing, guys. Okay, the world is definitely healing against these or towards these cryptocurrencies, right? They're like, having crazy taxes on cryptos. That's not a good thing because it's going to drive business out of the country. I hope, and I think Donald Trump the other day stated this, that I think there's going to be zero income tax soon. And I believe it too, right? If Donald Trump wants to make America the golden age, bring upon a golden age within America, right? Remove taxes completely, first and foremost, on everything, by the way, right? And just make the place a better, just make America a better place, right? Overall, through different means. But yeah, this thing is coming, guys. Soon to a city, country near you. Okay, less and less taxes. Now, by the way, when we are dumping, do not sell, because Bitcoin capitulation metric just hit a new all-time high. Last time Bitcoin went up 50% when this happened. Tighten your seatbelts. I told you guys, right? I'm pretty sure we're getting close to a short-term bottom minimum. Okay, the last time. So this is capitulation metric and current price of Bitcoin. Current price is the black line. Capitulation metric is this red line. So every time the red line has spiked, which is capitulation, right? Meaning, people are just giving up and selling, right? They can't handle it anymore, right? Because they have went through all this pain, but the market makers flash crashed the asset, and you know, people are like, I give up, that's it. People have went through all this pain all throughout here, and in the end, if they flash crash Bitcoin one more time, people are giving up. Actually, no, people are already giving up. Look at that red line. It's already spiking to the highest it's ever been, by the way. Right? We're in uncharted waters. So this is actually crazy. So every time we have spiked, it called a short-term bottom or the actual bottom. Right? Look at that. This was literally perfection. Wow. This chart was actually ridiculous. Called every single time when we see these huge spikes. It's either a short-term bottom or the actual bottom. This thing tells me we're about to create the short-term bottom quite soon. I would say this to next week is my time frame of things. Okay, guys? And then they're going to reverse prices very harsh and fast. Another interesting indicator or chart that we should look at is Bitcoin has never dropped below its electrical cost. So if this were to happen, does it mean it's gonna die? Right? I think this comes back to the miners, right? The miners don't really want Bitcoin to go under this electrical cost. Okay, so this happened once before actually, and whenever Bitcoin touches this red line, it always marks the bottom. So the electrical cost of Bitcoin is right now 71K. That's odd because 74K is that liquidity grab, and that's David Short's target. So I'm thinking in that low mid 70K ish region is where the bottom is created, which matches up with altcoins dying one last time, and this chart spiking up like this, right, before it comes down again. So what are your thoughts, right? Things are honestly looking amazing, even though we're going down, right? But that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be bullish when things are going down, not bearish. This isn't financial advice. I do believe a short-term bottom is coming soon. Do not get priced out. Do not get fudded out of your holdings, and actually buy more if you can. This isn't financial advice. I do believe another crash is coming though first, before we head out of the storm. But anyways, guys, so face amazing. See ya.